Hi, I wanted to share my day with you today. I woke up for the first time in years with a clear mind. I haven't been fuzzy today. I haven't stuttered. I think I've only stuttered twice, which is outstanding. My pain level is like 75% gone, and I have been able to get so much done today. I've had energy, and I feel like the old me, like back when I was a teenager, before all my disabilities started to become more prevalent and taking over my life. The difference between today and Friday was a devastating day. Once again, I've talked about this before. A lot of my nurses have screwed up a lot of things the last 6 months. I haven't had an infusion of anything the last 3 months because of people's failure to do their job. And so I went to a local vape shop, the only one that's in the area, and they finally got shipments of CBD oil. And I've gotten CBD oils before, and they didn't do anything for me. And they're expensive, and you don't get refunds, and you can't take it back, like, oh, it doesn't work, and they don't give you a refund for it. And so it's always been kind of a nervous thing for me. And I went into the store, and I talked to the owner, and he's like, how's your day been? I'm like, oh, it's been good. No, I lied. It's been the worst day ever. And I was like near tears. I looked like a wreck. I don't look that great right now, but I looked worse. So it was just a really bad day. And he's like, tell me your whole story. So I did. I told him my whole story. His name is Jason, and he's my new best friend. He probably thinks I'm a weirdo, but that's okay. Anyways, so I told my story, what's going on. He's like, okay, let's get you feeling better. Let's get you healed. Because my ultimate goal is to not have to depend on doctors. Now, here's the thing. Medicine and doctors and nurses and hospitals, they're here for a reason. And I feel there's a good, happy balance between modern medicine and natural remedies and natural herbs and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a happy medium because they both have their places. But honestly, modern medicine has failed me so drastically the last, few months, and I have just been settling so much for just such a minimal amount of help, thinking that it was really my only options. And that's why Prop 2 for Utah was so important to me, so I can get off of all these toxins and get out of this funk I'm in, and not just a funk, but get my multiple sclerosis completely under control, get my ankylosing spondylitis completely under control, without the need of toxins and without the need of infusions that might work or only work a little bit or have a lot of side effects and blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong, I appreciated Tysabri when it was there for me when I first got diagnosed. I appreciate Solumedrol as much as I hate it because it stops the symptoms from hitting me really hard. So, like, those things have been there and necessary, but I feel at this point in time in my life, I can step back for a minute and be patient and try something different. The other thing, too, is Ocrevix, which is a 6-month infusion, so you only do it once every 6 months. The first infusions, you have 2 infusions 2 weeks in a row, so one week, the next week. And then you don't have to do it for another 6 months, which is a big deal to me because my veins they're just destroyed. And because of how many relapses I've had with my Solumedrol, how many relapses I've had, and I've had to use Solumedrol 4 times in 2 years, which is a lot. Which to me, that says my Tysabri wasn't working. And if you've seen previous videos, I talked about Tysabri before. It's an infusion. It's actually one of the stronger infusions out there. I'm trying to get this to focus. And if it doesn't work for you, then you only have one other option, which is Ocrevix. And my nurse was supposed to get the financial aid done for it because Ocrevix itself is $20,000. And where I have insurance, my deductible's done, but my out-of-pocket isn't finished because the hospital didn't actually bill my insurance for all the Tysabri infusions they were supposed to. And so they'd only pay $80.20, and that means I'd be in charge of $4,000. I don't have $4,000 to pay. You know, we live paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes it's barely even that, you know, and it's not because my husband doesn't work hard, and now hopefully I can do something more. Anyways, so now, hopefully. Anyways, so after long arguments on Friday to get my Ocrevix over to me this week, it was scheduled to be have my infusion on Wednesday. Well, when I sat down and really thought about it, I was like, we can't afford that. Plus, if we're gonna do that, like, let's wait till the beginning of the year. You know, like, that's a waste of out-of-pocket. Because I could take care of my out-of-pocket and deductible with one swipe at the beginning of the year. So I was like, I don't want to waste that opportunity. But more importantly, it's like, you know what, Mike, I haven't been on anything for 3 months, and it's been really bad. And I just started the CBD stuff on Friday, and I woke up today just feeling like a completely different person. And it took a couple days to really get into my system. And I've been vaping continuously, you know, to make sure it stays in my system. What I'm going to do in the future is I talked to Jason, and he's going to work on getting me edibles, and so I can keep it in my system for longer periods of times. And so I have to constantly keep vaping, and then I can vape in between, like vape for like if I need something quickly, while my edibles are continuously going. I got a 500 milligram, which I know I need the 1,000, especially if I want to keep all of my MS symptoms at bay. Which to me is just phenomenal. I mean, anyway, so the other thing too is I haven't had a nicotine vape since Friday either. So that's been helping curb my nicotine. I have been cigarette free for 6 months, over 6 months now, and wanting to get off of nicotine. And you guys, I haven't had any cravings for nicotine at all. I mean, why has this been so shunned? I don't understand it. Anyways, like, this is why this is important for people who are trying to quit smoking to have access to CBD oil, and why it's important for drug addicts who are trying to get clean have access to marijuana so they can get off of that stuff, so it can help them get through the detoxing stages, because it'll make their symptoms so much more tolerable. You know, that's why, like, why this is so good for people who are sick. I mean, I have multiple sclerosis, ankylosing spondylitis, psoriatic arthritis, degenerative disease, rheumatoid, osteo, and then I have 4 bulges, 2 compressed disc fractures. I don't have any cartilage in my knees. I have knots in my knees themselves, so I have grind to grind. My knees grind. So it's joint bone to bone, and like several other things that I was born with, and I started having effects from these when I was a teenager. You know, I had a comment on my video the other day where this guy's like, try fasting. That's not how this works. A lot of people may think it is. A lot of people may think it's my weight that causes these disabilities. My weight is from having 13 miscarriages, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And what that is where my uterus hates me, hormones hate me, I have an insulin intolerance. And I'm insulin intolerant, whatever, and so that causes a whole slew of issues. And every time I've had a miscarriage, and I had my first ovarian cyst erupt when I was 13 years old. I'm sorry, that's something I did not cause. I was literally born with it. It was a genetic thing. My grandma had PCOS. We're assuming my mom, you know, we're assuming she had PCOS, and I obviously have had it, and so every miscarriage I've had, I gain 50 pounds and I'll lose weight. I'll get pregnant again, and then I'll miscarry, and then it's a whole vicious cycle, you know. And during this whole time, I exercise and I eat healthy. And I know a lot of people are going to argue with me on that, on my videos for the rest of my life, and that's just fine. They can be ignorant. That's their decision. You know, so anyways. And the other thing too, it's also really hard to vigorously exercise and have that as a consistent thing when you're in so much pain. And you have to, like, when you have multiple sclerosis, you have to be careful on where you expend your energy. You know, it's like, okay, so I have 2 callings in my religion, and I'm a part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, where I'm an activity days leader for the 8 to 11-year-old girls, and then I also teach the 9 to 11-year-old girls in primary at church on every other Sunday. And so when we have activities, I expect to expend my energy that week on activity days to have it to be the best activity days that week possible. But I also understand by doing that, I'm not doing dishes that week. I'm not cooking that much that week. I'm not, like, I understand that my energy goes to that. So if I exercise that day or the day before more than I'm supposed to, I'm going to be taking away that energy to apply it the next day. Does that make sense? Anyways, I'm really tired, but I didn't sleep very much last night. I can't wait for the THC stuff to come in so I can start taking that to help me go to sleep, because my sleeping has been off, which is part of the multiple sclerosis. And that's why I know I need the 1,000, because I can still feel a lot of symptoms from multiple sclerosis still affecting me, but my energy is pretty much back and my pain has subsided drastically. I'm still in pain, you know, but it's a lot less than before. And I'm still taking my pain medications. I'm only taking half of to like 3/4 of them. I'm not taking all of them. I'm still going to be taking my pain medication along with those until I get the amount of CBD versus THC in my system that will work together without having narcotics. And you never know, I might have to just do both for the rest of my life. But if I can take what I'm supposed to with the narcotics and then have the CBD and THC supplement for whatever it's not covering, I'd be fine with that too, you know. So, you know, like I said, I want to have a happy medium of modern medicine and natural remedies. Anyways, the point of the rant before that, I'm hoping that, oh, anyways, back to the infusion. So I'm still kind of spazzy, you guys, you know, it's just still kind of there. Anyways, so I figured, so back to the Ocrevix. So I talked to my husband, I called him, like, okay, so here's our 2 options. Either A, I could go for the Ocrevix and we're going to have to pay $4,000 until, because I called the financial people, just figured if my nurse isn't going to take care of it, I'll arrange it. I called them and they say it takes about 2 months to get approved, which is just fine because I get approved there for their financial help, because I can't, and I do qualify for it. It just takes a minute for them to actually approve everything, which is fine. I'm like, that's fine. That means January, if we decide that going this route, the natural route, isn't working, everything will be arranged after January, after the new year. And after the new year, then I can get the infusion for the Ocrevix. And so I put everything on hold. I didn't dismiss it because it's very possible this doesn't work and it may not be enough, you know, which I really hope it is. And so I'll be documenting my journey with this, and I'm really excited because if I can do this, that means other people can do it. And that means other people can get off of, within reason. I'm not saying just because you want something to work doesn't mean it's going to work. So I don't know. I would definitely consult with your doctor, or more importantly, really observe yourself and also understand there are consequences to actions, you know. I will be doing an MRI at the beginning of the year. So after my little test run of just CBD and THC marijuana products, I'm going to see if it stopped lesions from growing, or see how the activity of my lesions are in my brain. And so I can see like how it's affecting me, whether it's actually helping or hindering me. Because I want this to work to the full the full range of it. Anyways, so that was the first option, was waiting. Well, so that was the first option, is just go ahead, do it, and basically end up paying for it later on financially. And or I'm like, since I haven't been on anything, since I haven't had an infusion for 3 months anyways, why not just continue it? I feel awesome today since I've been using the CBD, 500 milligrams since Friday. Why not just continue it and really give it an opportunity to see how it works in my system? Because obviously all of the toxins from the previous infusions are out of my system. So it's a perfect opportunity for a clean slate. I think that everything has happened. The failure of my nurses and the failure of the medical staff, the failure of the hospital, maybe everything has happened for a reason. So the stars can line up for me to try this. I honestly in my heart want to think that's why. Everything happens. I think everything happens for a reason. So I really think that the Lord has lined everything up so I can have this opportunity to try a different way. You know, especially where if I can continue to feel better, that means I can exercise more, and I'm getting on birth control, and so I don't have to worry about getting pregnant and gaining weight again, because I'll be having miscarriages, you know, and that way it might give me an opportunity to have a baby and not have to worry about being in pain the entire time, and not have to worry about any medicines killing the baby, like the Tysabri and Ocrevix will. They call them, like they immediately abort the child. Anyways, you know, this might be an opportunity for me to where I can have a child and have energy and be healthy, and or when I do the foster, I mean, it opens up my entire world. For the first time, my entire adult life, I feel like I have a chance to live it and not have to restrict myself. You know, I don't know what this means with my legs. I don't know if this is going to stop my legs from not being usable in 3 years. It's very possible. It still could be going on the same route, or it could make it worse. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to continue going to my doctor. I'm going to continue getting MRIs. I'm going to continue, you know, studying. I'm going to be taking notes and see where I'm at and really look at this from a scientific point of view and a medical point of view, also a personal point of view too. That makes sense at all. Anyways, so for the first time in a long time, I actually have hope. I don't know if you watched my last couple of videos, they were kind of really depressing, and this one I am hopeful. I mean, within just a couple of days, there's such a massive difference. And even my friend I was talking to on the phone today, she's like, you sound completely different. We've only been friends for a couple months now. And so, and this couple months has been where I've been really, really bad. And she's like, you don't even sound like the same person. She's like, you're moving and doing things, and you sound positive, you sound happy, you're not stuttering, you know, you're forming full sentences, you're not doing as much of, I'm forgetting words. I still do that, because that's just human nature, but like, I'm not doing it with just basic words, you know. I am dehydrated today, though. Anyways, so this is good, you guys. I can't wait for the full products to be released after December 3rd. So I can really dive deep into this and see how far I can go without having to rely on doctors, and I can medicate myself and do it the right way and do it the legal way. So anyways, let me know how this has affected you. whether it's positive, negative. Let me know if your doctors work with you on it, whether they haven't worked with you on it. Like, let me know you guys' stories. I would love to hear it. I know I'm not the only one. There's a reason why there's so many people fighting for this and have fought for this. You know, and I would love to hear other stories. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to finish laundry. I have like one more load left that I need to go put in the dryer. And then all my laundry will be done. I'm going to put it away. And it's the first time in forever. I don't remember the last time I actually have had all of my laundry done. And all my dishes are clean and put away. I don't remember the last time that's ever happened. It's been a long time. Several years. And it's not because I'm lazy. I understand that. And it's not because I'm fat. It's because I've been in pain. And because my brain has not been capable. And this is my first time in a long time I have been capable of doing things again. And hopefully it continues. And hopefully it just gets better. Because I have a lot of catch up to do. I have a lot of catch up. Not mustard. I'm just kidding. That was lame. But I have a lot of catch up on cleaning and just everything. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, love to hear from you guys. Bye.